Mike Striegel's ready to get this show on the road. Already has the green flag in hand. Say hello to the fans in the Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace truck. Final time down the front stretch as the yellow light has been turned off. Green flag about ready to fly from the Wheatland Outlaw, Mike Striegel. Boy, after a fast finish to the last race, Jalen Wettengale in no hurry at all to get the stock cars underway through the Pitts Realty start zone. Finally, they do, and Johnny Finewald on the outside takes the early lead, headed into one. Got to think that with Jalen Wettengale just coming off the track, obviously these cars handle differently. You have to drive them differently, but knowing what happened at intermission with the track crew coming out would have to be an advantage for Jalen Wettengale just to see what's happened to the track, but so far it doesn't really seem to be that way as Johnny Finewald by 3 car lengths over David Hendricks, and now wide open Waylon Dimmitt in a side-by-side battle for third. Oh, and by the way, William Garner took the green. He completed a lap, so your champ is going to be William Garner for 2024. Big question is, are we going to have 2 interviews again or just 1? Right now it's looking like we're going to have 2 as Johnny Finewald ahead of that 3-car battle for second by around a second. 1.2 seconds to be exact. Johnny Finewald ahead of David Hendricks. And issues for Waylon Dimmitt, who was running top 5 at the time, and the Midwest Sheet Metal caution will come out for Waylon Dimmitt, who stops on the inner portion of the front stretch, and Waylon Dimmitt not happy. Lights are out. Johnny Finewald starts to the top side. Noses down through the Pitts Realty restart zone. And we're back at it. 5 down, 15 remain for the stock cars. Jalen Wettengale to the inside of David Hendricks. Mason Beck in his rearview mirror. Johnny Finewald had built up a pretty good little lead, but he is not going to be able to get away from David Hendricks. The Buckhorn Bullet to the inside. A power move inside Johnny Finewald. Stopped by David Hendricks' car to start the day, just saying, hey, what's changed? And he says, well, I'm still a has-been. He said they emptied the bank account, don't have any sponsors, no money left. Somehow I think that's not quite right. Whenever you look at his list of sponsors, he has a sponsor list a mile long. And that Allen Chassis and Midstate Engine, after a top 10 run last week, a 7th place run, is now looking for a win. When David Hendricks came out last year, he started the season with a win. That was the only race he ran here at Lucas Oil Speedway, and now he's to the top of the pylon again. On lap 9, David Hendricks to the front. Maybe David Hendricks has 200 more reasons to win. Thanks to Funny Farms of Stratton, Kansas, putting up some extra dough. Waylon Dimmitt to the inside of William Garner. This is for 7th and 8th. When Waylon Dimmitt came back out, he had to start in 13th. And now he's up to 7th. Knocking on the door, Christopher Sawyer for 6th. And Johnny Finnewald through 3 and 4, gave it everything he had. Bouncing just like that on the other end of the track too. Nearly got to the inside of David Hendricks, but Hendricks has found a smooth part of the track. And Johnny Finnewald's going right down the middle of the track. That completes lap number 13, so 7 left. Jalen Wettengell, Mason Beck, and James McMillan all in your picture. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So good battle between Hendricks and Finnewald. Kind of spoiled right now with Hendricks starting to check out, but the best actions for 3rd, 4th, and 5th as Jalen Wettengell, a good run through 1 and 2, able to get ahead of McMillan and extend that advantage. And don't look now, Waylon Dimmitt starting to reel in those 3 cars. With only 5 laps left. David Hendricks, a 3-time champ here at Lucas Oil Speedway. He won in a super stock in 14 and 18. When this division went to the stock car class, he won the championship in 2021. He picked up 3 wins in a row that season. And now in only his 2nd race of the year, David Hendricks is trying to pick up the W again. Now he did run in the full fender event. That was a non-points paying race when he didn't quite finish, but still had a 7th. As David Hendricks just continues to gap Johnny Finnewald. He is starting to stink up the show now with 2 laps to go. This time by David Hendricks. We'll see the white flag from the Foley Equipment flag stand. 1 more circuit for the Buckhorn Bullet. Picked up 9 victories on his way to a championship here at Lucas Oil Speedway. Won the only race he ran last year, and this year he'll win in his 2nd outing of the season. He will win the battle, but the war is claimed by William Garner. Across the line, your champion for 24.